See, right from the morning, I'm feeling like a cashier in a bank who deals with money a lot of time, and somebody mistook him for someone very rich, and placed him into a millionaires club. Trust me, it's true that those of you who are not aware of me, I am Vijender Chauhan, the guy who is basically more like a cashier who deal with these successful currency notes. I am an interviewer, I am a motivational speaker, और पिछले 20-25 सालों से I am interviewing those candidates who are later considered successful person because they become IAS officers, IPS officers and things like that. And since I'm doing it for many, many years, I'm seen on the screen with these successful people. तो बहुत सारे लोगों ने मान लिया मैं भी सक्सेसफुल हूं, which is not true. You also know me because कभी ऐसा हुआ कि मैंने एक करेंसी नोट उठाया और कहा एंट्री तो अच्छी है लेकिन बैठने का तरीका कैजुअल है. Maybe there was another currency note which I picked up and said, "You're a mechanical engineer, am I talking to an engineer?" But the fact is, and it is an important point I want to make, it's true that it's not the first TED talk I'm delivering, it's actually the 9th one. But all through the message is very clear, and I want you to take that message very clearly. We need to understand what success is, and we should have this ability to differentiate a real success from not so successful. For example, if you look by the set parameters, think about this man called Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He was supposed to be a barrister, failed barrister. He wasn't a very successful lawyer. बहुत अच्छे वकील नहीं थे वो. He took something else, which was public life. In public life, he never actually held good public office once. He didn't appear for ICS at that time, or maybe he did but did not clear. But do you actually believe that Mahatma Gandhi was a failure? I mean, we need to be real traitors to say so. अगर हम लोगों की कहानियों में सफलताओं को लेकर उन्हीं यार्डस्टिक्स से चलेंगे जो यार्डस्टिक आपने पहले से एस्टेब्लिश कर रखी हैं, अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट सक्सेस इज सम काइंड ऑफ अ कॉन्क्रीट थिंग, वन कॉन्क्रीट थिंग, a name in a particular PDF, as in case of civil services, or maybe achieving one particular award or things like that. अगर आप सक्सेस को ऐसे डिफाइन करेंगे, then I have a few insights to share. Probably I'll be able to change that outlook. A week before, 2 weeks ago, in a single Saturday, I interviewed 4 candidates. Mock interviews are going on these days. So I interviewed 4 candidates in a single day, all IPS officers. IPS officers. They were appearing, why? Obviously, they wanted to become IAS officer. They were sitting IPS officer, again appearing to become IAS officer. For them, being IPS was not success enough. Once in my career, I have interviewed a candidate who was IAS officer. IAS are not allowed to appear again. He resigned from IAS officer, IAS service, reappeared to become IAS officer. Why? Because he was given a cadre of Tripura. And he believed that becoming IAS officer in Tripura cadre is not successful enough. I hope you're understanding the point I'm trying to thresh in your mind. You need to relook the way you're looking at success so far. Also, please understand, when you talk about success, No success can be compared with success of somebody else. Again, giving an anecdote. You must have seen that video where I am asking a particular person to propose to a glass of water. This candidate, Akshat Jain, his son of an IPS officer, mother Indian Revenue Service officer, studied from IIT Guwahati B Design. If you look at that person, and I've been doing it from last 20 years, you can trust my wisdom here. He was a definite project child. I'm sure you understand what I mean. When बच्चों का जन्म इसलिए होता है क्योंकि उनको कहीं उठाकर अंडे की ट्रे की तरह कहीं और पहुंचा देना होता है. Nothing wrong against him. He didn't apply for it. His privileges are not something we can condemn him for. But can you compare that success of this particular IAS officer, now he's a sitting IAS officer, with a similar candidate or a different candidate from not so privileged background, with backgrounds of deprivations? Can these two successes, suppose the other person also get into the same service, can these two successes be compared? As a matter of fact, this success cannot be compared even with a person who failed. Suppose there is a person who's not making it to the final IAS list, but appeared only in the interview, till the interview stage, but is coming from the deprivations which are gross. For him or her, even appearing in the interview is maybe a greater success than actually making the cut. Here, I am making a very simple point. You consider your successes and failure in terms of concrete destinations, then you're doomed. Not only because you may fail, but also even if you achieve that particular thing, you have nowhere to go because that was your destination. That is end of your goal. You cannot then have another day. क्या करेंगे उसके बाद? So in last 20, 25 years, 22 years to be precise, I am interviewing candidates 400, 500 every year. And for me, each of them is like a human book. And that's why ऐसा बहुत बार होता है कि हम लोग कहीं बाहर होते हैं किसी एयरपोर्ट पर किसी जगह पर कोई व्यक्ति हमारे पास आता है, सर आपने मेरा इंटरव्यू लिया था, यू मेड माई लाइफ. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि वो सच बोल रहा है कि झूठ बोल रहा है, डजंट मैटर. लेकिन मैं उन्हें जो कहना चाहता हूं वो ये है कि आपको शायद नहीं पता मैंने आपकी जिंदगी बनाई या नहीं बनाई, मैं नहीं कह सकता, लेकिन आपने मेरी जिंदगी में, क्योंकि एवरी ईयर आई रीड दीज बुक्स, दीज ह्यूमन बुक्स, इन लोगों से मैं बातचीत करता हूं और उससे मैं वह विजेंद्र चौहान बनता हूं जिसके बाद आप ये कह पाते हैं, या जिसके बाद एनआईटी यूनिवर्सिटी विजेंद्र चौहान को बुलाती है, इतने सक्सेसफुल लोगों के बीच एक हिंदी के मास्टर को खड़ा करती है कि आप अपनी बात शेयर कीजिए. आई स्टार्टेड in a primary school, municipal school of Bhajanpura, which is in Delhi. It is used to be considered at that time an unauthorized colony. A municipal school which used to run in tents. Then I had my own share of electrical engineering and other literature degrees, postgraduate degrees, MPhil, PhD, all from public funded university. And I believe that I had the privilege of studying in these universities, these public funded institutions. Hence, I could become what I am today. I need you to understand that success, as you define the way you define, is not destination, it is journey. And also, no two success can be compared. No single success itself can be attributed to just one thing. I'm sorry, I'm being different here when I'm saying that if you believe that your commitment, as the motivational speaker said, you can do it. Or your hard work, as the motivational speaker said, follow your passion. And other similar stuff. These are not the only factors that decide your success or failure. In fact, no success is a function of these only few individual factors. No success is monocolor, as I said in my theme of the talk. Because I believe the success, as we understand, as I understand, as journey, it's shaped by many, many colors. As I gave you the case of deprivations and privileges, every success, individual or collective, is primarily function of these deprivations and these privileges. So, you young students, if you're looking at Vijender Chauhan, I'm not supposed to be motivating you to become IAS officer. I don't want you to become IAS officer, to be honest. Because if everybody wants to become IAS officer, only 800 going to become IAS officers every year, not even 800, actually 150, to be precise 75, because out of 150, 75 are the ones who are already in service. So where everyone else will go? 8 lakh will apply, 75 will become IAS officer. How about remaining 8 lakhs? Success rate is almost 0. But still, if you actually want to, I'm not talking about just the IAS officer, whatever you want to do, then my recipe here of achieving those beautiful spectrum of colors, one, as I told you, please consider success as journey. Once you start considering success as journey, then the biggest benefit is that you will never fail. Because even if you are able to move 5 steps, your 5 steps success. If you're able to move 10 steps, your 10 step success. At every step, you have some takeaways. And finally, if you actually want to consider this privileges, deprivation, and other things, I have this wonderful acronym I've been using for some time. It is called PDA, not the public display of affection. I'm not asking you to go to the park and kiss. What I'm suggesting here is, though there's nothing wrong in going to park and kiss. But when I say P, as I said, it means privileges. If I believe that Vijender Chauhan is able to stand up in this NIIT auditorium and many other similar auditoriums and speak, it is because I understand that I had that privilege of public funded education. Please count your privileges. I was talking about my primary education. I want to urge you to recall your primary education. And I'm sure you'll be able to recall at least one name in your class, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 5th, who was in your class, who was as capable or maybe more than you, but is not at the same pedestal as you are already. I'm sure you can give a name to it. I'm talking in terms of pronouns, you can think in terms of noun. For me, Devinder Sharma was one. If you are here or somewhere, and he or she is not somewhere, where's the difference? Difference is in your privileges. These privileges could be your class, your caste, your community, any other social category, or maybe it's just coincidence. But you had your privileges. And since I had my privileges and considered it my duty, that all those privileges were kind of मेरे ऊपर कर्जा है उस public funded education का, and I'm paying it back here. So you count your privileges, and if you count your privileges, then you'll have this onus, responsibility, duty to pay it forward whenever you can. That's the P. Similarly, the other face of this coin is D, deprivation. You definitely have your deprivations. मुखर्जी नगर में ऐसा होता है कि लड़कियों और लड़कों को दोनों को आईएएस बनने के लिए भेजा जाता है. लड़कों को कहा जाता है कि आईएएस बनकर ही वापस आना, घर की इज्जत बनेगी. लड़कियों को कहा जाता है 2 साल दे रहे हैं, बन सको तो बन जाना, नहीं तो शादी कर देंगे. This gender is deprivation of these girls. Similarly, there are other deprivations in our society. In the same way, as you count your privileges, my message, my request is, please look at, identify your deprivation and try and overcome these. It is true that you will not be able to change society in one day. So you may have to find individual or small collective ways to overcome these deprivations. There can be some hilarious ways. A girl in Patna shaved her head. उसने कहा कि सर तैयारी कर रहे हैं, मम्मी पापा शादी करने वाले थे, मैंने अपना सारे बाल मूड लिए, इस देश में गंजी लड़की की शादी तो नहीं होगी. तो जब तक बाल वापस नहीं आते तब तक का तो टाइम मिल गया. आई एम नॉट सेइंग यू नीड टू डू दिस. आई एम merely saying find your own innovative way to overcome your deprivations. And then is A. A I called achievement. But here achievement doesn't mean that you have to actually fly that Dreamliner. Not everybody can. But to me, achievement is very simple. Whenever you step out of your comfort zone, that is achievement. Wherever. If you have that stage fear, if you're able to give 5-minute speech, it is an achievement. If you have any other small or big comfort zone thing and you are able to step out of that comfort zone, it is your achievement. And please have these achievements on daily basis and celebrate these achievements. So if you're able to have your privileges counted, if you're able to somehow overcome a few deprivations, and you are able to have achievements and you are able to celebrate them, then it doesn't matter whether your name is there in the PDF list of the IAS officers or not, whether you're able to fly that wonderful Dreamliner or not. To me, you'll be a successful person. And that's what my message is. Thank you.